trademark whistle echoes across the air. Everyone's eyes suddenly turn to the bright green streak of light slowly chasing upwards into the night. The first firework of
That's
the
when
night.
the bomb dropped.
Hello! Welcome back to Otaku Tuesday.
Hi there.
I'm Travis.
I'm Eric.
And we're Bookend Gaming, and this is that game that we've been playing. You already know what it is. I don't remember. Summer's Clover.
Katawa.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Summer's Clover.
Yeah, it's unofficial. And we were
is.
talking, we're doing something at a carnival.
We're shooting
things.
cups,
Right, I don't see any cups.
but right.
I see a water bottle. You're going to put a hole in that kid's water bottle? Kid, I guess? I'm assuming? I don't know.
It said it was an old man.
Yeah, but
Remember?
they don't...
But it's not an old man.
Yeah. This looks Chinese. It doesn't look Japanese. Something about this doesn't look right. They don't look like... I don't know. It's throwing me off.
Well, we are enjoying the Tanabata festival.
Right.
And
I mean, I'm sure it's
Suzu
Japanese.
Suzu and Misha. Whatever her name is. Miki.
Miki, that's it. Wow, yeah, we're...
Hasn't
we're
been that long since we played.
I guess not. It seems
But-
like it's been long, but it really hasn't. 2 weeks.
No.
Okay, so we're in the what's-her-face route. You just said it, and I already forgot.
I know. Suzu.
Susan.
Suzuki.
Yeah,
Suzuki.
the Susan route.
The Susan route.
Okay, let's shoot some things. What is... I gotta do the voice. Hang on. I'm not ready. I'm like so unready for all of this.
Me too, apparently. We should probably prep before we do play games, and
You would think we should do like...
we're just voice warm-ups.
Yeah,
And
but really, we're not voice actors. We don't know what we're gonna do.
that's true. We go into it, forget the voices halfway through
We
anyways.
could do those stupid improv sentences or whatever they are. I don't want to do those.
Nah.
I'm not going to do those. I'm not funny enough for that. You all know that. I silently will myself to hit the centre cup
Ooh.
of the pyramid that's been carefully arranged. This is my chance to look super slick in front of Suzu, and although she's trying to hide it, she really wants that panda. I just need to concentrate, and...
Oh, I want that panda.
The trigger gives little resistance as I pull it, the cork leaving the gun with a soft pop. With that, I lower the gun a little to see the result.
Before I knew it, 3 people lie dead before me.
I needn't have bothered, as the sound of plastic cup falling to the ground is perfectly obvious. There's only just enough force to do it, but the pyramid toppled over with a single shot. She's the best.
Damn.
Yes! I don't even get a chance to put the gun down before I find a pair of arms wrapped around me, my stump reflexively coming around Suzu's back as she wraps me in an excited embrace.
I love the way you shoot that pyramid. Shoot my pyramid.
My sacred triangle.
Yeah.
I can't wipe the dumb grin off my face as I rest the gun's barrel against my shoulder. I must look so cool right now. The coolest.
The coolest. The Kulu. Thank you. I don't remember her voice either.
Piece of cake. Yeah, I
She's
feel like
tired.
I'm doing her voice different. I don't know. It's whatever. Who cares? You know who it is. It's Travis.
Just it's your boys.
You know who it is. Finger guns into the air. The old man reaches to his side and quietly rings the little bell to signify a winner, knowing that any verbal congratulations would pale compared to her reaction. He's actually calling security. I look to him and nod to the bear as the prize I want. You don't get to choose. He's going to give you the tiniest thing.
Yeah.
And then go, give me $3 more and maybe you could work up to the big prize. And then when
Right.
you do win it, he gives you like a slightly bigger one.
Pay $15 and they pick up 3 ducks or whatever, and you still get the bottom tier prize.
Yeah, this is bullshit. Maybe they're nicer in Japan. I don't know. I look to him and nod to the bear. Blah, blah. Suzu gently breaking off as he comes over with the stuffed item. She gives her earnest thanks to the man. The gun replaced on the counter as he passes it into her eager hands.
It's a bear.
We take our leave of the stall hand in hand, my own in her left and the bear in her right. I can't help but smile at her as she inspects her new friend, glad to see a childish side of her she so rarely allows to be seen.
It kind of reminds me of, like, we've been watching a lot of Pokemon, me and my daughter.
Yeah.
And have you ever heard of Beartic, the Pokemon? It's an ice bear.
Oh, is it the one with the snot?
Yeah, well, that's who it evolves into.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's so hilarious because, Pokemon say their names just all the time. Bear! And it'll like look at people and go, bear! It's just, I laugh every time.
Like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm pretty comfortable in calling tonight a success already. It's difficult to get past Suzu's mental reflex of avoiding emotions, and she's finally letting herself go. There's still a chance of cataplexy or a sudden bout of sleepiness, but we'll take that as it comes.
What was the cataplexy? What was the difference?
Cataplexy is like she's awake but she can't move. It's almost like sleep paralysis.
Oh, okay. But
paralysis.
Awake sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's got, I'm assuming she sees like sleep paralysis shadows and demons and shit.
Okay, great.
I've had that happen to me once. And it's not cool. Trademark whistle echoes across the air. Everyone's eyes suddenly turn to the bright green streak of light slowly chasing upwards into the night. The first firework of the night.
That's when the bomb dropped.
It just Hiroshima 1943 or whatever year it was.
Do you feel bad now?
Yeah. How do they all have cell phones?
Right.
We must have set them back. The first firework of the night explodes with a thunderous clap. Its bright payload filling the sky above with vivid sparkles. A collective whoop resounds from the crowd. Woo! Just everyone just whoop. That's all they're allowed to say.
Whoop! There it is.
A few children begging to be raised onto their parents' shoulders to see. Everyone begins to move at once towards the main viewing area a good distance ahead. Like two rocks in the middle of a vast stream, Suzu and I find ourselves surrounded by a flow of people all moving towards the one direction.
It is kind of like annoying to go to like a fireworks show and like if you actually listen to other people. I mean, it's not ooh and ah. It's everyone's always like, "Whoa, that one was cool."
That's what it is.
Every single. I like that one.
I swear to God, it's like a dad thing because I do it now.
Yeah.
Where like it's Christmas and birthdays and fireworks. It's always like, oh, with fireworks, it's always that was a good one. Yeah, I like that one. That was a good because you're trying to like hype up the kids.
Right. I mean, I do it too. I was like, oh, that one's sparkly and cool. I like that one.
Like, please pay attention. I paid for this. Get something out of it, child.
Yeah, right.
But then there's like Christmas where like the dads never actually know what the kids got. So they're like, what'd you get? What is that?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. It's like...
Show me. Hold it up.
Because like as a kid, you're like, why do you... I don't need to show you this stuff.
Right.
But then you grow up like... I don't know what my wife has brought for the kids. I have no clue, so I'm going to be as excited as them.
And it's funny because like I just started noticing it like 3 years ago when we watched fireworks with my grandma, and like every single time she's like, "That one's different."
Yeah,
it's like, stop saying that.
They don't know what else to say because no one ever just goes, "Ooh."
Yeah,
it's all because
or sitting in silence would be awkward, I guess.
Yeah. Because my family's 4th of July stuff. It's always like I always am the one stuck like lighting them. I always get that burnt finger, burnt thumb at the end of the night. And every time at the end of it, it's always like, those were good. Those are good. It's like, you bought them.
Right.
Like,
thanks.
I'm lighting your fireworks.
I guess.
Yeah, it's like, I put on quite the show for you guys.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Did you like that finale when I ran really fast and lit 5 of them?
Yeah, when one of them fell over and I nearly pissed myself. That was great.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
We're going to miss the fireworks if we stay here.
Her hand breaks from mine as she runs ahead as fast as her get-up allows, clutching her new panda to her chest. It was a panda? After a moment's thought, I quickly take chase, outpacing her with little effort. But I could beat you in a race, bitch.
Right.
The moment I reach Suzu, I push my arms forward and bring them over her shoulders to take hold of her. She comes to a dead stop the moment she feels my body press into hers, her arms dropping to her sides.
She's just like, she passes out halfway through.
But not from falling asleep.
Right.
She just can't. She's not good at running. She stopped.
I like she waits, she stops.
She stopped so suddenly, without a single word being spoken, shows her lie. She never truly pushed the thought of her confession out of her mind, instead trying to distract herself the entire time. It's the sort of thing she'd do. The two of us stand still for seconds, maybe minutes. I lose track of the time as we stay there. The ghosts fade. The area around us slowly draining of people as everyone leaves the stalls to get the best view of the coming fireworks show.
The wishes remain that the ghosts have made.
And then it starts. Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. Oh, I like that one.
One by one, the little rockets shoot up in the sky, exploding above into
Purple
all different
and
colors
green.
of the rainbow. How do they do that? The view from here isn't so bad. The glow of the paper lanterns and the haphazardly run strings overhead doing little to block the light show above. I carefully rehearsed what I was going to say to Suzu just for this moment, but it's all completely gone. No matter how much I try to remember those words, they never come back. Well, whatever. Rehearsing a lovely little speech doesn't suit me anyway. I'm proud of you, Suzu.
She's sleeping.
Here I was thinking I was the one with all the guts, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. It turned out to be you.
It had to be you.
I'm sorry for not giving you an answer until now. I had to sort out a few things in my head, I guess.
I thought agreeing to the date was the...
Right, I mean, I thought they both knew what was going on here.
Yeah.
I take a long breath and close my eyes. I can't take back the next words I say, but I know I have to speak them.
She just leans over.
You're a good girl, Suzu.
That one's bright. That one was loud.
You don't deserve a terrible person like me. But if you really do like me, then I'll walk beside you. Wherever you go, I'll go. Wherever I go, I'll take you.
Sometimes I'll sprint past you, but you just have to deal with that.
I'll go out with you, Suzu. I always thought confessions were supposed to make your heart race, but mine feels completely at peace. It's kind of boring. Things will change, but I know that this is what I want. Suzu deserves happiness, and if I can give that to her, then I can be truly happy as well. Her body shudders a little, making me step back. As she turns to face me, her face is a delicate mix of disbelief and hope. All I can do in response to that delicate face, its owner looking more fragile than she ever has, is give a reassuring smile. Without regard for anyone around us, she closes her eyes and lifts her chin just slightly, standing on her toes. What are you doing? By now,
just facing away from her.
do I got something on my face?
Yeah.
By now, everyone's left for the fireworks display, the two of us standing alone in the bright lights bathing the path.
That was fast.
Right? With one hand on her left shoulder and my forearm resting on her right, I close my eyes and gently lower myself towards her.
Oh, that's a tiny panda.
That is a tiny panda. You got ripped off.
Yeah.
And so I press my lips to those of my precious sleeping beauty.
I was just picturing like a huge stuffed panda.
I was too.
Like, it's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. I was picturing one like the size of her, like dragging along.
Right. We did it. The end.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe that's the end of the... No, I doubt it.
No. We got to get the racy photos.
Oh, right. We haven't even seen Otaku yet.
No. He's warming up. He's ready.
Yeah.
Oh.
Suzu, Hisao, and I make our way along the city street after leaving the train station. The bright summer sun beating down on our heads and the sea's salty smell wafting in the air.
The sea salty smell?
It's my favorite brand of candy. It's a nice atmosphere here. When I first learned she lived in the city, images of Tokyo and Osaka flashed in my mind, but instead it ended up being a fairly relaxed place bordering the ocean. It isn't a surprise why Suzu's family decided to make their home here, rather than living in the middle of the big smoke.
So he is with them.
I guess he decided to come after all.
All right.
A couple of distracted seagulls resting on a guardrail take flight as we stroll past, squawking
Mine?
in protest.
Mine?
I'm telling you, you didn't need to buy those.
The seagulls?
I point to the small box carried by Hisao, the confectionery shop's cheery logo adorning the plain white container. He raises an eyebrow as he adjusts the duffel bag of clothes and meds carried over his other shoulder.
Shut up, I like my crawlers. Is it so bad to offer a gift when visiting someone?
When you're coming with people who've been before, it's a bit much. I mean, it's polite.
I'm just being polite.
Yeah, jeez.
I know this might be a foreign concept.
There's a fine line between good manners and brown-nosing. Stop trying to get my girlfriend's pants.
Would you two stop fighting?
Yes, mother. That's their kink. The shimmer in a heated air above the road ahead is broken up by a car whizzing past, with a pretty bright red sports car following soon after. While the attention of Hisao and I is drawn by the latter, Suzu's mind is elsewhere. I put my hand on her head and give it a little rub, partly to reassure her, but mostly because I just wanted to. Given that she doesn't protest, I assume she likes it.
Don't mess with Mommy's hair.
It is good to see her in higher spirits, though. Last few days must have taken their toll on her emotionally, but she seems to be largely back to normal. Well, Suzu's normal.
Is there going to be anybody there when we arrive? Miyu would be, at least. Who's Miyu?
Is she hot?
Miyu?
Yeah, she's cute. I think you get on well with her.
Yes.
So not all is lost for poor Hisao.
That sounds like you're trying to set me up.
I mean, Hasao's gonna find a girl anywhere.
Right.
We'll see.
It's that vest. It's a chick magnet.
Right? I would. Suzu grimaces, but I managed to hide my reaction. I can't miss a chance to screw with him like this, after all. Three of us finally come within the sight of the Suzuki household, a modern and fairly spacious 2-story house. Is that how you supposed to story for houses?
No.
I didn't think so. Nestled in the kind of suburb that aspires to look wealthy, but isn't quite there. Suzu's sister must be home, as her little white car is parked neatly in the gravel driveway. Looks like they've done some painting since the last time I was here, with the white walls and brown beams painted cream and black respectively. That modern, minimalist look is getting common these days, but I can't say I like it.
It's usually what modern means, yes.
We march through the gate and up the stairs to the entrance in single file, Hasao's gaze flitting around to take in the carefully cultivated greenery in front. Suzu just looks ahead, taking the lead of our merry band.
Whenever he's looking for me, you.
Yep.
There she is.
As she digs around in her handbag for her house keys, the door swings open. Familiar figure rests her arm on the doorframe, taking in the sight of the trio before her.
She's a lot more cartoon than you.
Right?
Suzu.
What does she look like? She looks like a character that I know.
I don't know. It's Tsubasa.
Tsubasa.
Well, look who we have here.
Tsubasa.
I was thinking like Mufasa.
That's what I was doing. That's the hyenas say it. Suzu's sister has always been easy on the eyes. Overall, she's about my height and blessed with quite a pretty face, adorned with a set of thin glasses, that and her smart ponytail. Not one of them dumb ponytails. Give her an air of maturity that contrasts heavily with Suzu's youthful nature. Her plain and slightly tattered gray hoodie, that's not a hoodie, is an unmistakable sign that she hadn't ventured outside the house all day, probably being busy with some project or another. Her welcoming expression is undoubtedly sincere, though it's always felt like she's just a little too old to socialize with us beyond being polite. I assume Suzu's notified her of the hastily invited additional guest, as she doesn't look surprised in the least.
Mom and Dad out.
That's not how you should greet your lovely sister.
Fucking Charlie Brown face.
But yes, they're still at work. They should be back for dinner.
Suzu nods, expecting the answer. With that, the conversation turns to other matters.
I see you've brought the troublemaker around.
That's not fair. Since when did I cause you any trouble?
Since I had to format my computer after letting you use it for 5 bloody minutes.
I don't have a comeback for that. The internet is a scary place sometimes.
I'm just being mean. How are you getting along these days?
Same old, same old. I actually need to use your computer.
I see you picked up a stray somewhere along the way. You must be Nakai.
Pleased to meet you, Miyu.
I hastily try to stop myself from snickering, but it's useless. She just smiles as she levers herself off the doorframe, by now wise to my antics.
It's Tsubasa Suzuki.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Sorry. I have no idea why anyone hangs out with you, Mira.
Oh god, I have too many voices now.
I wonder that myself all the time.
I just grin, content that I've had my fun. Trying to hide his embarrassment, Hasao quickly offers the sweets to her.
Take my sweets.
Tsubasa's face lights up as she takes the box, quickly popping the top open to check on its contents. If there's one thing that the Suzuki sisters share, it's a sweet tooth.
Approved. Welcome to the Suzuki household.
Tsubasa moves from the door, gesturing with her head for us to follow her inside. We dutifully take off our shoes at the entrance and file in behind. Is this Emmy's house?
No.
No, Emmy's dining room was different looking.
Yeah.
Her living room lives up to the exterior of the house, being both spacious and tidy. The large entertainment unit, with its sizable television turned to some insipid soapy, takes up most of one wall, with the couch and a few chairs sitting behind a black coffee table covered in magazines. The still half asleep head of a small brown dog pokes around the arm of the couch to see who's entered.
Who's there?
Woof. Before excitedly leaping off and galloping towards us, happily panting and wagging its tail. Suzu immediately crouches down and scoops up the fluff ball into her arms, smiling widely as she comes to her feet. Oh,
Sup, bitches?
God, that's terrifying looking.
There. I'm home, Miyu.
He's so detailed. It's like something out of Ren and Stimpy.
Miyu. Did they name the dog after the sister?
No, the dog's name is Miyu. That's why she was messing with him.
Oh.
Yeah. The sister's name's
Oh,
Tsubasa. He
gotcha.
assumed that the sister was Miyu.
Okay. It flim-flammed me.
Yeah. I'm so confused. So this must be your other sister. Her grin redoubles as she gets a few well-deserved licks on the cheek. I briefly wonder if dogs can hyperventilate, because it sure looks like this one might.
It's just an anime, so I got turned into it. My sister got turned into a dog. So what?
Yeah.
It's like...
My sister got turned into a dog, and she wants to have sex with me. Me and you watch different anime, sorry.
Miyu, huh?
He looks at me with as displeased a face as he can muster. Difficult task after seeing Suzu's reaction.
What breed?
She's an... Oh, no,
She's
that's
an
Suzu.
Affenpinscher crossed with something. No allergies or anything?
Me? Nah. Dogs are nice.
He reaches out for Miyu, but stops a few inches from her face. Only after she gives his hand a bit of a sniff does he slowly advance further to petting her head, smiling as he does so. Suppose his gentle nature is the type to get along with animals well.
In the middle of the night, he'll be taking a bath, and then the dog will come in and transform into a little girl.
Oh,
and it'll be like, oh!
What a crazy random happenstance. Suzu puts Miyu back on the ground afterwards, the dog busily giving both me and her new friend a good inspection.
And then one of the sisters walks in, and it's like, what are you doing? And that's what an anime does.
Yeah, of course.
I think you'll get along here just fine. Come with me and I'll show you the guest room. You can throw your bag down there.
Thanks. You too good?
We're gonna go bang it out upstairs. I'll just bunk with Suzu, have fun with Tsubasa. You stud.
Okay.
Tsubasa just smiles as she leads him into the hallway, the sound of her pointing out the directions to this and that to be heard after they leave. Miyu's interest seems to be piqued by the new arrival as she trots out after him. I just let my bag drop on the floor, content to drag it up to Suzu's room sometime later.
Drink.
No, that was a dog. Yeah, just some juice, thanks.
Coming right up.
As she turns to leave, I feel my heart twitch, just a little.
Hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
Suzu looked so delicate and fragile when I agreed to go out with her. She finally opened up towards me, knowing full well how much she could have been hurt. Such a frail and unassuming girl appeared at that moment to be so much stronger than I ever was. But now she acts as if it never happened, like it's just another day.
Maybe she forgot. Maybe she was asleep when she asked.
Right,
and she has no idea what you're doing.
Yeah. Why are you two here again? I quickly start moving towards her, catching her attention as I do so. Just as she turns to see what I'm doing, I bring my arms around her small body and press her to my chest. Hugging's never really come naturally to me. It's not like I dislike it, but more that it's never felt very special. I can't get my nub around. Maybe I was just never hugged enough as a kid.
You just shove their face into your boobs, right? That's how you hug.
Of course, that's how I want everyone to hug me. Holding her to me as I do now feels different somehow. Not because I can feel her soft, warm body against mine. Ooh. But because such a normally apprehensive girl would allow me to get so close at all. She trusts me. For a moment it looks like she might not reciprocate, taken too off guard to return the gesture. Eventually, though, she picks her arms up and wraps them around my back, drawing me into a tight embrace.
I was gonna go get your drink.
With her face turned to the side, I press my lips to the top of her head.
Sorry, I just...
You don't need to hold back, Suzu. You always worry too much.
Only because you don't worry enough.
I smile a little as I step back, rubbing her shoulder with my hand as I do. I do.
I do.
I say.
I do.
It's good to see you're holding up. You've been through a lot lately.
And that was whose responsibility?
I was trying to avoid mentioning that.
So that means you're back to your old selves again? I'm back.
I'm very
She
fast
did not
at
have sex with me.
She is very not interested. Looking over, Suzu reveals Hisao standing in the doorway, arms crossed and smiling. Suzu clamps her eyes shut to maintain her composure, but her rosy cheeks give her away.
How long have you been there?
Only just now. She went to her room, so I came back down.
She was giving him, like, obvious signs, like maybe I can show you my room now.
Yeah.
It's probably like the rest of them. It's fine.
Right. I can show you what kind of sheets are in my bed. And he's just like, I better go check on Suzu.
I know what sheets look like. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, they're soft. It's fine. I was worried about the two of you as well, you know. It's good to see you've made up.
Yeah, thanks. Guess I finally got my head screwed on right. Suzu just nods at him. Both of us know she's thankful. I keep hearing you, like, narration.
Yeah,
like,
well, Hasao had just talked, so I
yeah.
got confused. Well, oh, God.
Oh, why are they so fancy?
The whole family's here.
Was this like a black tie affair? I should have...
Right.
Should we have dressed up more? The clatter of knives and forks ring out as the Suzuki family, plus their two guests, dig into a lavish dinner. Various bowls of different salads sit on the table. How many different salads do you need? Complementing the still steaming pieces of roast chicken on our plates.
I got promised like a 4-course meal, but it's all
It's
different
all
salads.
salads.
Here's your dessert salad. Yeah. It's just got like a few almonds and raisins in it. You're like, oh, yay.
It's fruit salad for dessert.
Well, okay. Well, all right.
The clatter... I already said that.
Yeah.
With Suzu, Hasao, and I seated on one side of the table, Suzu's sister, mother, and father sit on the other. Me too, hashtag me too, hovers around the floor, making sure she's positioned to grab any scraps of food that might fall. I've always found it difficult to work out the age of her mother, with her chic, short, cropped hair and smart clothing making her look quite trendy. It's a nice style, though it would be improved by her smiling a little more. Women are more pretty when they smile. Perhaps a
Mario's
result,
time machine flashbacks.
a result of stress from her job, now that I think about it. Her father, in like that, with a somewhat wiry body and thick spectacles perched on his round face. I don't see him. His graying hair noticeably beginning to thin.
He also doesn't look very wiry either.
He's always looks stout. Felt like a much warmer and unassuming personality. Despite his position as a prefectural bureaucrat, he's always held a sense of pride that I've respected in him.
Wiry and has glass. Oh, wait, that's her sister. I got confused.
Yeah.
Oh, they are voiced. Right.
I don't know.
Right.
So how is it going at school, Suzu?
What? Fine.
Exams are over, so things are a bit more relaxed now.
How did you do on them?
Well,
I think I did fine, maths aside.
her mother puts down her fork to think, her face disappointed. It must be hard to have her parents who drive so hard for good marks, despite the fact that her narcolepsy works against her.
Oh, maybe we should get a tutor then.
There's a tutor right here! I just need to study more. It'll be
Everyone
fine.
just ignores Tsubasa. Like,
Yeah.
no one ever acknowledges her. She doesn't appear to have convinced her mother, but she manages to have the topic dropped, for now. I wonder what her parents think of my influence on her, given they'd be well aware of my pretty average grades. That would be so much better fit for her in personality as well as academics than I would.
Oh, you ruined it. This is the bad ending.
Right?
That's you. Oh, no,
No, it's
Mr.
Mister, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wasn't it?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil, content to let him speak for himself, I busy myself with the delicious food in front of me.
Looks
Which
like
one
he-
of the 4 salads do I want?
Yeah. Looks like he would have that voice, right?
Oh, of course.
You've been terribly quiet. There's no need to be nervous.
Are you having a stroke right now?
That's right. How do you think you fared?
Well, I don't usually have much problem that with sort of thing.
He's so nervous.
There's like 6 forks in front of him. Which one do I use for
Which
the
one's
salad?
the salad fork? They're all salad forks. Nerd.
Hasao's really good with science and maths. He's been helping me a bit.
Maths.
He keeps saying it too.
I
So
know.
it's a conscious decision.
Yeah.
He's been helping me a bit with them.
I like maths.
I'm not that good at maths.
That false humility makes me want to strangle him. From the focus he's receiving from her parents, I get the feeling he's at least making a good impression for him. They think he's dating her.
Probably.
And here I was thinking you'd come to your sister for help.
Nobody acknowledges her.
Does she exist? Are we the only ones who can see her?
Right? God. Everybody hates her for some reason.
Any intentions on what you might do in university?
I suppose just more of what I'm good at. I don't really know what kind of job I want to do.
The main thing is you have skills behind you and a good head on your shoulders. It sounds like you have both.
How did these two find each other?
So what do you do? What do you do with yourself outside of school? Any hobbies? Interests?
Studying mostly. Used to play sports, but I can't really do that anymore.
The brief lull in discussion says a lot. There's no doubt they've been briefed on Hasao's condition, but that's a far cry from knowing how to handle it best in conversation. If there's one thing that my time in Yamaku's taught me, it's that everyone's different in that regard.
Would you really need to disclose that to them?
Yeah. Don't give him too many salads, because his heart might give out.
Right.
I gotta put away the spicy salad, I guess. Taking a bit of pity on her parents for inadvertently bringing up the subject, I give the conversation a little push.
It's not like you're going to go outside and have a rigorous game of whatever, run around the yard.
Touch football.
Yeah.
How much of your bag was taken up by books?
It wasn't that much. Shut
Mostly
up.
condoms, jeez.
You should just join the literature club.
No!
Why are you even in track and field?
You've asked me that before. Then again, it's a question I continually ask myself as well.
Because Emmy is the easiest route to get. He's ours. You can't have him.
The others in the lit club would be happy with him.
Boo, 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 boo.
Would be happy with have him. He already
Everyone's so nervous.
he already knows Ikizawa, after all.
Which one's Ikazawa?
That's Hanako.
Oh, okay.
Or wait. Yeah. I think.
She's in a club?
What are they talking about? The literature club? I'm pretty sure that's...
I mean, she reads, but I feel like she's not the person to join a club.
It's Hanako. Emi is Abarazaki.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't remember. Honestly,
either.
it might be Lily.
Yeah.
But wasn't he talking to Hanako in the library during one of these scenes? So that's probably who they're talking about.
Probably.
Do I get a say in this?
No.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Shouldn't a boy be happy he's in high demand?
Did
you hear something?
He just grimaces at something. I do think he secretly enjoys being our chew toy, but he'd never admit it. That's what he's here for the threesome.
Right.
Maybe you should join her club. You do have similar interests after all.
That's not subtle. Suzu cuts me off before I can make a light of the situation, obviously bothered by her mother's interjection.
We're just teasing him. It's up to Hasao which club he joins.
Such a shame. You're going to give up without a fight?
We're just friends.
Seems like a smart, handsome lad. Aren't too many like that around.
I'd fuck him.
I mean...
That vest, though. She gives him a genuine smile, evidently pleased with her attempts to play matchmaker. He tries to reciprocate as best he can. You two would be cute together, too. Yeah. But his terribly stilted smile betrays the fact that he knows as well as I that this conversation is like a car careening towards a cliff.
It's like when the waiter says, enjoy your food. Say,
You
You
too."
too.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate myself.
The waiter just sits down with you. Okay.
Thanks for the invite.
I was getting a little peckish.
Nobody ever asks me.
Once more I try to jump in, but Suzu cuts me off. As much as I hate to say it, I'm at least learning something about her in this exchange. It's rare for her to be assertive towards others, but that may be more due to her shyness around unfamiliar people than true submissiveness.
Sorry, I was looking at her sister.
Yeah.
I said I'm not interested in him.
No way.
I plug my nose when I do that voice, so that's why it takes a second for me to
Right.
bring my arm back up.
Because I like girls.
And there's the cliff. Oh, God. Where the table had been humming with the noise of chatting, chewing and clinking of utensils and salads, in a flash it turns to dead silence. Not one person speaks nor moves an inch. Knives and forks hang above plates, mouths still and eyes
Her
shut.
sister just starts slowly reaching across the table and taking all the knives away.
Where are all the knives disappearing? Suzu stares straight into her mother's eyes, a look of exasperation written onto her face. It's unmistakable that she's taken full ownership of the words she just said. For her part, her mother appears to have simply stopped functioning, unable to process the last few seconds of her life.
Miki's my girlfriend.
Oh wow. I'm torn between fear of what might unfold in the next few seconds, or total adoration of the sheer balls this girl has on her. I'd be lying if I said this didn't make me like her more. Oh, I'm so turned on. I've never seen this side of Suzu before.
Oops, I dropped my 5th salad fork.
Her true strength of will on display with her back to the wall. I feel the muscles in my throat tense as if my body wanted me to say something, but I have no idea what to speak, or even if I should.
The dad's look is like, I think that invisible daughter is my favorite now.
I'm gonna start paying attention to you. You like guys, right?
Yeah.
I already tried! Suddenly realizing that Suzu and her mother aren't the only people at the table, my eyes dart from one person to another. Suzu's father has the same reaction as her mother, simply looking at his daughter with a remarkably neutral expression. He tends to let her mother define the collective household opinion most of the time, but it's hard to say if that'll hold true of such a personal matter.
Hassao's just happily eating away. Oh, this salad's really good.
You just hear like a slow crunch of the salad. Tsubasa looks more interested than shocked, slowly beginning to chew the food in her mouth once more. I get the feeling she's waiting more for her mother's reaction than actually coming to terms with what Suzu said. As my glance falls to Hisao, his eyes meet mine. The look of his eyes makes me feel sorry for him. He's like an actor abruptly thrown onto the stage without a script, surrounded by other actors reciting entirely unknown lines. When his cue will come, and what he's supposed to do once it does, is a mystery to him.
This is when you get the hell out of there with the sister.
Well, but none of us have given our lines. We're all actors without a script right now. My heart sinks as Suzu's mother lowers her fork to the plate and slowly closes her eyes. Suzu's disposition changes as her shoulders slump and expression falls, knowing that her mother's judgment has been given without a word being spoken.
Nobody's spoken a word in 15 minutes.
The mom realizes that she's also a lesbian. I'm leaving your father.
It's just like a soap opera.
It's like everything is like turned up
one
to
of the
11.
Spanish dramas.
Yeah. But I'm your evil twin sister. Everyone's lives changed in the last few seconds, and it wasn't for the better. Except for mine, because I got a girlfriend. I desperately try to choke some words out of my tightening throat, but I still don't know what it is I want to say. This is bigger than me. It's usually so easy to laugh my way out of awkward situations, but this is something I don't understand at all.
How long have they been dating at this point? Like one day?
Maybe like a week?
Maybe some time passed, because otherwise I feel like it wouldn't even really be essential to say right now.
I mean, Tanabata was like the end of the school year, beginning of summer, and like they're here for the summer.
Oh, well, all right. Yeah, I mean, I guess. So they've probably been dating for a little bit at this point, then, at least.
But like the confession, the anime Japanese confession, is like, it's a big deal now.
Right.
It's like,
I guess that's
steady.
true.
A movement out of the corner of my eye grabs my attention. Suzu's plate suddenly being pushed towards me. Hisao quickly withdraws his arm as Suzu's upper body falls forward. Her face landed flat on the table where her plate has been. She's faking it. She just wants to get out of the situation. I feel even worse for having completely failed to account for her condition. Hisao's reflexes having just saved the day.
She doesn't even really have narcolepsy. That's just how she gets out of everything.
Yeah. The mom will be like, he can take care of her.
Yeah.
Everything about this feels absurd. It may be a sleep attack or cataplexy from the stress, or one leading to the other. In any case, this seems a reasonable excuse to extract her from the room and get things back under control. Her mother puts her elbow on the table and buries her face in her hand out of frustration. Her husband's hand reaching out and rubbing her back in concern.
Ruined salad day.
No, I'm not going to get any sucks tonight.
Just take her.
I can take that. I was prepared for her snapping. Hisao, on the other hand, looks to me with pained eyes as I collect Suzu's limp body.
Please take me with you.
While he may be desperate for some instruction on how to deal with him, all I can do is look to the floor in defeat. He's on his own, and I hate that fact.
Sal just sits there. He's trying to like break the tension. He's like, I like girls too. Isn't that crazy?
So what do you guys know about lesbians? Do they just like scissor or? With the girl sliding onto my back and still not making so much as a movement as we make to leave the room, looks like she slipped into sleeping after the attack.
Your other daughter's pretty cute. What other daughter?
As much as I hate to say it, that's probably for the best.
All right, well.
With the fracas of dinner over, what a fracas! Things have settled down a little by late evening. Suzu's mother has a bath as Tsubasa and I do the dishes, with Asao and her father watching the day's news on the television. Looks like Asao's a hit with Miyu, small fluffy thing deciding to sleep on his lap. He gets all the ladies. Then again, I heard somewhere that dogs are good at sensing people's emotions. Given the tense feeling in the air, Miyu may just be happy to be with someone who's not freaking out.
This is pretty cool.
At least there's some semblance of domestic normality now, even if the atmosphere could be cut with a knife. Hell of a dinner, huh?
It was a bit of a fracas.
She just sighs, pausing her washing of the plate in her hands as she looks back to the living room.
I feel sorry for Nakai. What a welcome to the family.
He'll be fine. I know he looks like that, but he's actually a pretty sturdy guy. What about her father? She pulls an uncomfortable face, wanting to give me one answer, but knowing that another would be the truth.
Dad might not be as stubborn as our mother is, but he's also pretty old-fashioned. Who knows? He might come around. Maybe.
With that, she finishes sponging the plate in her hands and passes it along to me for drying while grabbing the next.
With that Dawn dish, though.
She can only, dab dry it. How does she get it? She has to, wrap the towel around her nub and, punch at the plate?
Yeah, probably.
I guess it would work. I moved to take it from her, but with my mind on other matters and my hand wet, it slipped straight out of my grasp. Crap!
My fine china.
With my hand too far to possibly grab it before it hits the floor, try to at least break its fall with my stump. All I accomplished is making it tumble some more before it smashes to the ground.
Starts spinning it. Wow, this is cool!
Get it off, I can't!
Sorry, I wasn't looking where...
Tsubasa's frantic... Tsubasa is just... That's rude. Tsubasa's frantic apology betrays her touchiness around...
Never mention that name!
Immediately blaming herself for not taking it into account. It's not like she had anything to do with it. And while I might have caught the damn thing otherwise, my stump is the last of my worries now. It's fine. I reflexively bend down to try and at least take some of the larger shards off the tiled floor. Something rushes to my face and threatens to overwhelm me as I do so.
Is that the Dodge?
Oh, shit. Snapping back upright and bring my back to the counter for support, I close my eyes and take the bridge of my nose and my fingers and try to compose myself. As little as Tsubasa and I have in common, she's at least a kind soul. I feel her warm hand on my shoulder, silence hanging in the room as she lets me take my time.
I like girls, too.
What about you?
Sorry.
You sure doesn't seem too surprised by all this.
Sister's intuition.
I raise an eyebrow or a cheeky smirk.
And maybe I saw an autocomplete entry or two fixing her laptop, plus a couple of interesting manga in her desk.
Ooh, I want to see those. She wasn't that good at hiding it, was she?
Not at all.
I give a weak smile her Suzu's expense. At Suzu's expense.
Her what?
I threw a weak smile at Suzu's expense, but it soon drops as I catch sight of the shattered plate once more. If it were anyone but me, wonder how this would have gone. I have no ambition, poor grades, I'm crude and impolite, and share barely any interest with her. Next to me is, in their eyes, a charming wonder boy who's on a straight ticket to university. Suzu's mother probably had it all planned out for her, following her sister into university, pushing past her narcolepsy to get a respectable career in some academic field or another, marrying into a reasonably well-to-do family, grandchildren too.
The works.
Then I came and messed it all up.
Aww.
Miki!
Yeah?
Don't beat yourself up, okay? None of this is your fault.
I wish she wasn't as sharp as she was. Do you really think that?
It's up to Suzu who she's attracted to. That happened to be you. Shouldn't you be happy about that?
I guess. I mean, I'm glad she likes me, and I like her.
That's more like it. Hooray! It's strange to see you not smiling. Go on, I'll clean this lot up and grab Nakai to help for the rest.
Thanks, I owe you. I give her a nod and dry my hand off on a towel before taking my leave. Those Subasa's voice from behind me catches my attention. Where'd you get that second hand?
Oh, there was one more thing. You're still a kid, you know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Who my sister likes is her business, but if I find out that you've hurt her, I will ruin your life in ways only an adult would know.
My heart freezes. I have absolutely no doubt that she means every word she says, delivered in that chilling voice.
Whoa.
All right, we're at time. Now that oh wow, she has got quite the anime room.
She does. She
and
has
a random Mickey Mouse.
There's a Kirby
What? Where?
right there.
Oh my god!
And there's a Mickey Mouse.
I see Mickey. I thought that was Bowser at first, but it's just like a Gex.
It's Vector the
It
crocodile.
does look like Vector.
I like her room.
That's what is that? What anime is that? Someone in the comments will know. I know that. Oh, what's going on back there?
I don't know what that anime. This one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then on the top shelf, right under the fan, that looks like a Gardevoir on the left. The green.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next to a shy guy.
Who organized this room?
The
This doesn't make
crossover
any
we
sense.
didn't know we needed.
Right? That's a pretty cool room.
It
And
is.
she's also got 3 anime dude body pillows.
Nice.
Bunch of girls on the wall, but those look like dudes on the pillow. At least the middle one. It's like a shirtless guy.
Well,
How did they get a picture of my room?
wait a minute.